Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Moonmist and we're going to be continuing to play some more Ace Attorney. So welcome. So hopefully everyone's having a good day or night wherever you currently are located. So let's go ahead and begin. Alright. I've been really looking forward to playing this for quite some time now. Oh, here we go. March 22nd, huh? Oh. Dang, we're in March in this game.
Adrian, did it?
That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm sure there's a certain someone out there trying very hard to pin the whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright?
If you say so.
I can't let any of sort of that scandal ruin that.
I understand. Well, it's almost time. Oh, hey, it's Mia. Mia, we must get a complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. But Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Uh-oh. I know the transceiver. It's him. This is right.
Good morning. Is this Mr. Attorney? The day of the trial.
Maya, is she unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake and yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
A present? Present? What in the world would you be giving me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect to be graciously accepted and win today's contest, if you please.
Wait. Beep. Oh. The kidnapper sent me a present. I wonder what it is. Hopefully something good. But it probably won't be that good. But listen.
Mr. Lloyd, dude, who is that?
No one. It's nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
Oh no, we're telling lies, but it's okay. It's for his own good. But you really shouldn't be lying. Hey, where's the prosecutor?
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt and Guard. How's the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Where's the prosecution?
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? True, why? Your Honor?
Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. Really? This was the present that guy... Well, he was a hitman, so... I don't know. Hopefully he's okay.
What?
Shot? He better be okay. Somehow. I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present. Miss Von Karma was one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to her advantage. This is totally insane. It is very insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer.
She's in light and stable condition.
That is good. Whew.
You're... I thought he'd show up. Edgeworth! Hey, Edgy.
Your Honor, due to circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgers, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally.
Edgy.
Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have overlooked this case and I am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt and God. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for so long a long journey in the past. Here. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call his first witness. Bring the Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm detective down at the precinct for now.
For now?
After today's trials, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If you want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be a very long and rough fight.
Yeah, I would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent.
The answer he was struggling for is interesting.
Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
What was the answer? Hopefully it was something interesting and nice. But we'll see. Bare facts of the case. The murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, John Condora, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the case of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Really? Interesting.
After the award ceremony has ended, the victim was alone in his room?
Yes, sir. Both victim and the defendant were alone when they went to their room, sir.
I see. Miss Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Alright, probably just gonna have to press on everything. Alright, let's go ahead and press. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened at the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. and there was a short break. The special post-ceremony show was supposed to start at the lobby 30 minutes later. And when was the victim's body found? And that was when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say the matter occurred during the 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, Detective.
The victim, John Cordero, was shot. Oh, dang it. I skipped out. Go back. There you go. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah.
Who is Adrian Andrews you're talking about?
She's the defendant, man, Gates and Guards manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Oh, very pretty.
So she's a pretty lady. Oh, interesting. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence today.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir.
I see. And that's when she found the victim's body?
Interesting. The case of death, wasn't it that because Miss Condora was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something is so brain as that, pal. Take a good look. Look hard at the crime photo. Now, real pros pay attention would be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana?
His bandana, sir. That's the thing that was wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
Yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Banana-scented bandana. No. Banana-scented bandana. Then, what about the knife? Seems to be stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
We have a crafty murder on our hands here.
Okay, so, we got the auto-apostrophe for report. Okay, interesting. He was strangled, then purposely stabbed. Interesting. But he died from strangulation. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The jamming ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere on the scene of the crime.
Ooh, then how's his theory? A real fan must have really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
We thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case was the victim's. Only the victims, huh?
I see. So it's so much for my theory then.
Alright, we got the guitar case empty. There's some water out, but only on top of the lid. Got it. And it has the fingertips of the victim. Got it. However, we found out that the guitar had nothing to do with the murder. Yes. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
The Wright guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, John Cordora, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar in the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for a ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. Now, the guitar was empty even before he got to the hotel? Yep, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that's enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana-scented banana.
Oh, banana-scented banana. Dang, you know, he answers for that thing. He's funny.
Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Well then, when did the police arrest Matt and Guard? Because there is a reason enough to suspect them.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth is back to it in full swing.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir. Why arrest and Guard? Well, Matt and Guard and Arpatora were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That motive was enough in my book. For evidence, there was a Jump Ninja button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume that was found in Mr. Angar's hookah. The defendant's fingerprints were also over the knife. The man brought the knife from the crime, which makes the premeditated murder.
Oh. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing?
It was kind of sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. I see Bear's victim's blood in the guard's fingerprints. It is in the grip gate where it's engraved. Okay. And here's the button.
That was found on the defendant's clothes, was it? And this is also buttons also covered in blood.
Yes, and we know that it's the blood of the victim's blood, sir. What? Okay. It was ripped off his costume, covered in Cordora's blood. Found in guard's Hakama.
All of this points clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor.
Yes, you ready to give in, right?
I'll find a hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
I miss Veggie. He's nice. I see. Let's go ahead and press. But the terms of popularity Mr. Ungard won, did he not? Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Mr. Jordan Guard was the one was always one step behind Mr. Ungard and everything. This year, it seems like he finally caught up, Wright Ace, for the big final showdown. But Mr. Cortez lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That is too bad. You must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Just wait 1 second here. Mr. Guard was beating Mr. Cordora in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that the defense's eyes, the victim was not the rival at all. Which means he has no motive to kill at all. It would have been the other way around then, huh?
Oh yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective?
It's not, well... I guess if you put it like that way, pal, yeah, the defense would have no motive. I miss his objections.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you are fired.
No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
No!
No, detective. Let's continue with the testimony.
No! My poor pension too.
No. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What about, what was I saying? Hello? Anyone? It's okay, Phoenix. Did you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim? Huh? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking if you have any evidence to back up your claim on that. This button was ripped off the Jam Ninja's costume. But can't you just tell by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it too. Anyone could have smeared blood on there afterwards. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. Alright, I knew it had to be one piece. Wait, alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel in this one in. Thread. Huh?
The button is still attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the threads of the costume with the thread on the button, it is a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. That's a perfect match, pal. Ugh. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. When was this button found? Very soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Cordora. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button.
So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have time for lollygagging and play tricks unlike some people.
Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Well, what do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, that's what you mean? Well, we didn't actually think of that. I can't believe the bumbling of this department.
Hopeless. You're paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints are all over the knife. There's no way to determine how the knife was being held at the moment of the murder. So the defense owner... so the defendant, the owner of this knife then?
That's not good. There's no way that this was premeditated murder, even if he brought the knife. Alright, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so there's no so it's not great for walking around with either. Ugh, well, this is not good. So the prosecution can prove it was premeditated murder. We're done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective just said now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in victim's blood, and a knife with unguard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in the world of trouble. Well, before any battles, you must find your enemy's weakness. Let's find his weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Okay, Mia. Okay, so you say something about the button and the knife, huh? What do we have as evidence, though? Do we have... Oh yeah, the crime murder scene. I don't think there's anything, the knife. The button is ripped off from there. I don't know. It was ripped off a costume covered in Cordora's blood found in the cards. String was scarfed and stabbed. White glass, empty guitar. Gossiping. No, that's not gonna help at all. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Okay, this one's gonna be kind of hard for me. It's gonna be a bit hard for me. I'll keep trying and see what I can do. Okay, let's see. Defense brought the knives to the crime scene, which makes the permanent murder. Okay, it's a good... Oh, okay, just present the knife. Wait a second. Oh, what? Now, the basis of your argument is that it was premeditated murder is simply that. But my client brought this knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defense did not buy this knife. Uh-huh. Take a good look at the handle of this knife. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, because it says Gatewater. Yeah?
It has Gatewater seal set in its handle.
Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel.
Oh,
I did not know that. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder weapon was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. This is very big. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is the hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force with dumb enough to not realize this.
But I didn't know.
The question is, where did this knife come from?
Well, that's obvious. It came from the victim.
It came from the victim, Mr. Condor's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that's incorrect.
Uh-oh. The victim ate the last meal before he was murdered. That being the case, I'd like to draw the court's attention to what's on top of the table.
Oh no, his knife is there.
There's a knife and fork on the table. Then why in the world would this knife come from?
Uh-oh.
If it pleases the court, I would like us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Engard.
Oh no, his knife is missing.
Especially what's on top of his table.
There's something missing.
Perhaps it's a single knife?
Oh no.
We investigate the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Engard's knife was missing.
Ugh.
Mr. Engard had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. I would be carrying a knife on a visit to kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven that this is premeditated murder.
Ah, dang it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliant, clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps that I was just walked headlong into.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. The question is stable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown? He means the evidence that the court hasn't seen. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer him with something wrong here, the devil of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important to show and necessary to present to the court?
I don't know, do I? Maybe. What do I have? The wing glass? No. The reports? I don't know. I really don't know. Yes? I think there's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that the court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I would say this one more time. I do not feel like this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, Mr. Wright, is don't try to pull one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, this is current for all of us. We may now present this one and only piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
The wine glass? Maybe? Hopefully? Yeah?
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because the victim was struggling against the assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup was all over the floor. But there is old things that were at one point sitting on the top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that's sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that has not been falling over with every other thing is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more strange enough to warrant a further consideration. Well, what do you have to say?
Well, yes, it's a little particular.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion.
Because there's no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that this glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. And she could have easily have been shocked by that, and she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Mrs. Andrew really have set the glass down without thinking? It's possible. It's possible that it's what happened. There's nothing to point to Miss Andrew not being the one who set up the cup down. And if I raise an objection here, that'll only make the judge slam his gavel down. You can't think like that, Phoenix. Mia, right now, you're hanging on by a very thin thread. Anything else you could grab onto right now is better than nothing. So in other words, push as far as we can go. Defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves Mrs. Andrew was the one who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have evidence to support it.
Oh, what? How does he have evidence? What? How?
You're not thinking hot enough today, right? Did you think the wine escaped my notice?
Then?
Of course, it's been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There's only one set of fingerprints set on the wine glass. Only one. Whose are they? They are not the victims nor the defendants, rather they're ones of Adrian Andrews.
Oh, what? Now next to the victim fellow Jews bears Andrew's fingerprints thing.
That's why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Well done here, Mr. Wright.
Ugh, can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Kodora. But upon seeing the dead body, she was stunned and she set the glass down on the dresser.
You said that what you say just makes sense.
Now you see, you're right. You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. Besides, I thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second. Mr. Edgeworth, I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we'd like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Who knows? Anything? Oh, of course.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Edgy boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met? You should have been more happy to see me.
I saw the report. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet
It was Wicked Witch of the witness stand. Not this time. I knew what I'm supposed to do. So today I can tell you everything and everything. Even then, I don't have to deal with a terrible crime.
Miss Witness, the terrible crime, is that all the court needs to know?
Oof. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramp.
Yes, madam. No. Please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness your testimony, please.
It's true, that's what they say. Youth and hot-headed nowadays. Not that I made it out, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
A witness on the security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is that correct, Mrs. Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. Almost too much, a little my heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over On Guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But me, I wasn't saying anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Fedora. Well, those two were the same age. Anyway, what I saw, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. He loves Edgeworth so much. Anyway, after the testimony, we went to a place around a hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was at the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up, but it was the man was coming from the poor Juan's room. It was On Guard, Mr. Matt On Guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room?
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Gotta figure this stuff now. Let's see, so let's go ahead and press. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The old lobby. It was supposed to be a episode of a stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help. I have, it was for the Leadhead Samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, the manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that would mean that you wouldn't hang around the victim's door? Nothing that you're interested in. What was that? Nothing some little thing can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edwards, is this the thing that she was interested in?
I have no idea.
I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip.
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it amended in our testimony later.
Looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
Did the witness say any of vicinity the victim's door the entire time?
Oh, well then, can you tell us about the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kodora's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I can count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That was why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone correct.
Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to see. But that's all information that's only been carefully guarded from Master Sonny. That man that came out of Juan's room, he was...
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, Why wouldn't I give that for Zika's whip right now?
Oh no, he wants the whip. I think he's getting used to the whip. Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yesies.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should devolve into this a bit further. The person's clothes. Please tell me the court what the man's clothes were in detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does, and we don't want to repeat what happened last year, when you saw the costume, and not the actual person. Now, what is it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? The gaudy looking thing he's always wearing, the racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that in the detention center too. The thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Ugh, disgusting men. Right.
Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Well, she did just say the racing jacket, so probably not important. Either wasn't really that important after all.
Mr. Wright, do you know why we have say the time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn.
You wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me. Why do I suddenly feel like old in the presence of her childish whining? She may not remember some things, but mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. Too bad for us, really bad. But that's how human's mind is, and it also has a tenacity to jump off topic. She strayed on to a few things interesting side topics, this too, hasn't she? But this is what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has the questioner. Okay, let's go back to the last topic. Alright, let's try and see the other options. Okay, so let's go ahead and skip this until we get to the options. Alright, let's see, let's see what with the person carrying. What do you mean you saw him carrying? Well, what chances, right or left? Yeah, now it's a real mess. I mean, I can't explain to Sunshine with a vague question.
Indeed, please be more specific about your question, Mr. Wright.
Sorry. What was the man you saw carrying in his right hand? Ah, he wasn't carrying anything in that hand. Then how about his left? Empty. Well, this whole thing has been a lot of nothing.
So, Mr. Wright, what is this testimony just now important to the relevant enough?
I don't think it's gonna be that relevant, to be honest. So, no. Okay, that didn't really help. Alright, so let's try the last one for the what it was his face like. Alright. Yeah, so with that, it's probably gonna be the clothes, maybe? The person's face. Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face. The soft, gentle look on his eyes, the inflamed lips. His writing covered by his silky hair, sparkling, shiny teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, it's shining all around this week's pinup posters, dearie. This is week's pinup? What do you... I mean... I don't care how he looks in this week's issue, please state what you saw that night. What? Unguard's face is the only one that matters where it is, you know, whisper snapper.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony now important or relevant?
I don't think this one's relevant. So I think the only thing that was relevant, I guess, was the suit, maybe? I guess it was the clothes. Unless it's something I was having, but I wasn't carrying anything at all. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's try the clothes again. And just see if that's important. See what happens. Okay, it's very important. Of course it was very important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important.
You don't see it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that the witness
that about the jacket append to her testimony.
Don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth England without a reason, but if I must... Let's see... He was wearing his flashy jacket, racing jacket. Honestly, it's just all for show. Are you saying sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? He's not like I've seen him in anything other than a horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. If she's so sure of herself, why is she Wait, that is to the point of being self-absorbed. She might not remember things, mistakes here and there, but I think she's lying, okay? So that's just gonna be the same thing last time. But maybe the clothes wasn't more important than... I don't know. I really don't know. Racing jacket flashing. What would be good? Victim with knife. Knife. Button. Wait, what does he normally wear for pants? Like, what does he normally wear for pants? This is the hukama. Is what the button was checked. The hakama. What's a hakama? I still don't know what a hakama is, to be honest. Depending on what he was wearing for pants, because if this is the red jacket, then he's gonna have caught the thing on the hakama. But there's in this scene, what is a hakama? I don't know. I really don't know. But I guess we can just do the button, maybe? Maybe. Let me see, just in case. Okay, let's, I guess I can try the button. Yeah. The music stops, so that means this might be good. I'm so bad. What? Did you say my name for no reason? Did you know what this is? Yeah, that's the button in number 2 on Jamie Ninja's costume. Now, I know she has a fan that she identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you give to it and you don't give to me, I will punish you with this. Wow, she really is a diehard fan who wants a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Unguard's body during the full body search. I see. This button proves that beyond a shadow of doubt, it was a rascal Unguard. It was caught in the pleats of the Nickel Samurai's Hakama plant. Do you see? And Unguard the Nickel Samurai. Witness? No, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say the defense? Matt Unguard was wearing his usual racing jacket? Ah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest deals, but just putting in the ridiculous outfit looking to agree, the hair is right. The tape recorder stuck in my chest. Let me see. It's heavy, so heavy. I wish you would have switched to CDs ages ago to drink the original seed. Understand now? Just take it all and look in the mirror. Your clothes are absolutely interesting. Democracy on curl. You should take a trip on the Ichibu. Right there. Yes, he knocks you fast.
Now hold on your tongue for there a second. So what is you saw in actually? Was it Mr. Unguard, the man? But Mr. Unguard, the Nipple Samurai?
But when you think about that... There's only one and only same way.
Mrs. Oldbag,
this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree for me to change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Alright, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. Right, again part 2. Who I saw. On guard, on guard. Yes, I now remember. It was the nickel samurai that's right, it was the nickel samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been too convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to the post-ceremony stage right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. Yeah, the same thing as last year. Okay. I knew you'd say he was inside the costume. And do you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But it's possible Lily does exist. Ah, young today's. I told you there's no way anyone else. How did you know that? Because I said so, and that's what it is. What it is, the truth. At least she's just delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Yep. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and press. Would you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that gonna make you with an elder? Your usefulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing on top of my lungs. What? A striking figure by the sea, sing all alone, he is the nickel samurai. She's actually singing. Someone, help my poor ears. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you be good and sit through the box. Okay, you promised, right? Right. I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, the old chum. Oh, that was adorable little interaction. Be more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket. Now he's not? Not too long ago. Let me ask you this. Then, were you an itsy bitsy what's on your grinding? Huh? When did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dreams, huh? Well, I, wanted to become a judge winker hero of the police court, so what? See? You look at that you're not a judge winker, are you? Well, what I said earlier, who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't help be responsible for the past. Since when did the court become what? Sir takes over testimonies. All that matters is the man who was inside the costume. Is that enough? Ooh. Judge Winker. Percival begged to claim. Ooh, that was an achievement. Interesting. I got an achievement for that one. And why would that be? That way no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him to see. I see. In fact, your bathing costume would make him stand out all even more. Are you such an annoying child? You know that. You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Must be some more troublesome for him to change and get in and out of his costume. There was anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. That includes the gym ninja? Of course it included him. That's why Mr. Guide came out of the dear Juan's room. I don't give it a second thought, though. I see. Well, anyway. So let me ask you this one last time. The person you saw is really the Nickel Samurai? As showy as ever. Haven't been saying that from the very beginning. Can I throw in a towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one, huh? There's a contradiction in your testimony. It's sitting in plain sight. The question is what contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. So there's a contradiction, you see. Because it would have been convenient for him to wear a costume
Oh yeah, he knew that he didn't know how to, yeah. Do I present to slap the thing? Maybe. I should probably save. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. Oh. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead. Ah, no, dang it. Your Honor, the statement contradicts this evidence. Nope, doesn't deny. Yes, I know. But that wasn't it. Yes. Yeah, did not go well. Well, the thing is, he said that he didn't know that there was a the post ceremony thing. But what is it? Sacred Scandal. Restoration Beautiful Star. Okay, that doesn't help. Because... I don't know. What contradiction is there? He was wearing a nickel costume and he was wearing Stealing Port One. No. That wasn't it either. What would this one be? Had post-ceremony stage right after the show. It would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. Nickel Samurai, that's right, the Nickel Samurai. Oh man, I'm getting very tired. But it's okay. That's one costume, one is stamping. Gotta go to the post-ceremony stage right after the scrum show. Was there anyone else at the post-ceremony? Well, the contests were supposed to go on stage and friendly gesture. Of course, including him. I see. What is the contradiction? I'm not really sure. Because I confessed to something in the post-ceremony show. A tablet article about gossip plan. I don't know. Crime photo. Yeah, I'm not really sure on this one. This one's more harder. But what is it though? Convenient has been committed during the costume murder. And why would that be? We no one can see his face, of course. But there's still no edge for anyone to see. Geez, so tired. You think your costume would make it stand out more? You're such an annoying child, you discreet. Yep. You get maybe there's more troublesome for the change out of this costume. Maybe, but I don't know. Gotta go to the post ceremony. So he must have worn that nickel costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Oh, knife. Please take a look at this. Yeah, it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know that it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, did you know why this piece of evidence is important to the case? I don't even have to ask. It's because of the defendant's fingerprints on it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I am driving at. What are you driving at? Whose car are we driving? It's Mr. Guard was really in Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder. And it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on the knife. Actually, he would have been wiped off previously.
Hey, lovely viewers.
Actually, he would just have wiped all previous fingerprints on the knife, right off.
And let's create a magical community together.
Oh, that's right.
Your presence will add more sparkles to our enchanting journey. Let's spread joy.
He probably just took his gloves off before he began to steal them. And why would he do something like that? Really, his friends at the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there's one possibility. Then, let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while he was in costume as a nickel samurai. At the time, the defendant had no intentions of murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk to the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took the gloves off. But the murders still take place. We all know that there is a bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So, let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intentions of killing him. Now, up to this point, there are any problems with his theory? I don't think there's a problem. No, I don't think there's no problem with that one so far. I can't see any real problems with this theory. But if you let Edgeworth's theory stand, then you're on a very large step to a clear guilty verdict. Let's look at the courtroom record and take another shot. Yeah, I have to think about this one more time.
That's right, please make your decision soon.
Let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Up to now, the point, there are their own problems. I guess so, then why didn't he bring his knife? This theory contradicts something in the earlier testimony.
What are you blabbing about?
Now, if this argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Gage was the killer, if that's the case.
I think it's important for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Well, he brought the knife.
The knife?
It was used by Mr. Gage at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means, if that my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him and he went to visit Mr. Cardora.
I suppose.
However, as you just said yourself, at the time, the defendant had no intention to murder. If that was true, then why would he bring the knife? He wouldn't. Why would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from the very supposition one. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing that costume at the time of the murder, then shouldn't the glove marks be left on the knife? Which means the defendant's fingers should be all over this, like beehives. And it brings me to my final point. The knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead death.
Order, I say, order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame Mr. Matt Engard. To frame my client, Mr. Engard, of course.
To frame? Aren't you just forcing your interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But it was just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. If that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Yeah.
Witness!
Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Itchy Poo?
Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying that you mixed up Mr. Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, can't really do anything about that now. Look what I'm wearing around in front of their doors, because, well, I wouldn't be waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who are you waiting for then? That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I'm assuming that you were just waiting for Juan Cadora, am I correct, witness?
Oh, and that's the way you think. You're just a sad amateur with that terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Miss Oldbeck was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting for to catch a glimpse of Mr. Ghidorah. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe the old bag was waiting for that person.
If it's who I think Mia is hinting at, it's certainly possible.
Miss Oldbag, were you waiting for the person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? What are we waiting for? Adrian Andrews? Who's this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Unguard's manager.
Why would the defendant manager be in the victim's room?
Seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is, huh, I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called as such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials EE, are you saying it's
Adrian Andrews?
without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I could throw away the whole sworn to confidentially stuff then.
Ooh, witness, what in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. That's why I was doing my own little investigation in secret, of course.
But what for?
Not just for myself. They're personal reasons, after all.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how would you proceed from here?
I don't really want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this slide at this point.
I see.
Very well then, witness, please testify about the secret information. Ready? That's gonna take the wind out of your youngins. Uh-oh. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're getting 10-year-olds. Ba-ba-ba-bow. Miss, that Unguard is an evil and old man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get close with Juan. I cannot condone such a dirty trick, so he took action. Oh, and this is top secret that no one else but you and me know, okay? Interesting.
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court.
But no, it's about gossip. And isn't there a saying the truth is never pleasant?
Welcome to the stream.
I'd be a little busy
Zaxton,
today, but you'll still be here.
the
If you
fair
don't think
magical
anything,
girl
yeah, you
is
do whatever you need to
delighted have
do.
you join
I appreciate
our
you
enchanted
being here at the
adventure.
very least and hanging out.
Let's
But
dive
if you
into
need to do
games,
stuff, that's okay.
laughter,
No
and
problem.
magic together. Your
I do
presence
appreciate
brings
you
an extra
stopping by
sparkle
at the
to
very
our
least.
journey.
Oh, I drink. Okay.
Hayes Axkim is reminding you to
Water.
drink some water. You need to stay hydrated.
Thank you for the water. Thank you. But yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's okay. You do what you need to do. No problem. I think, well, never heard of that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this Adrian Andrews person?
We looked into the matter.
And found out the truth that the article possesses, in fact, a baseless gossip. But shouldn't it be this true? This proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
Seems like they have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Miss Wright, may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. This old bag the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right. Unguard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as an old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Phoenix, come on. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to danger zone. The danger zone. Woo! Phoenix. Be so silly. Alright, let's go ahead and press everything. Oop. Okay, let's press. You can't say for something like this without proof. That's just slander. But it's true. That woman just getting impotent with poor Juan. Look, it says it right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA. But the name of the magazine came from the gossip land. What? Are you saying that the gossip's all the pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose next you're gonna swear that the news is 100% truth. No, the news is not 100% true. Not all the time, anyway. Honestly, Sonny, you can't determine between the news and gossip.
Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright.
Discriminate? Well, when did I do anything like that? Anyway, it was on guard to never get me be touche. Alright, let's try this one. Scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days? No. I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much. Well, that young guard thought he could just own a monopoly on popularity. You didn't have any proof that Mr. Guard did such a thing. You must be suffering from shock of hearing the truth. Now then, since you're much shocked, you can't do anything, right? You're right, I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you got. Can you show me proof that a guard didn't bear ill will towards Juan? Oh, do I have proof? Do I have proof? I don't think I have proof, to be honest. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I have proof. Decline to present proof. I don't have anything to offer. Me? I guess that's what I thought. And you're lecturing me about saying things without proof. You're just giving me a free pass to say whatever I want, silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's why the cookie crumbles for you, anyway. Oh. Alright. So, what do you mean by I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait, closest to the crime scene. Once the slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture and teach her a good lesson. Something that you youngins need. You're going to teach her a good lesson? I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this. No, stop. Well, it wasn't too bad that the woman didn't come through the door that night. Wait. I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Figure of mission. That's no one else to know yet. If that's true, how about we know the secret information? Well, that's because I am a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Every news you drill holes in my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Press further. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got the secret information, you won't go home today. Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me. Nah, what do I even do with this? Just do this for me, you'll get your reward. Don't want a reward, but it don't leave me much choice. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's either possible that it was some potentially made up inside the witness's head. And he's lecturing me on reckless blabbering. As long as we don't know where this information came from, it is quite a waste of time. Focus on the line of questioning. Where did Oldbag get insider information? Has to be something to do, I can figure it out. Well, maybe she stole the camera. Maybe she's the one that stole the camera. Sounds like another tabloid gossip, doesn't it? But you can't just ignore it either. Make your claim look bad either way. Well, I don't think hard of it. I don't think I've heard anything really out of the ordinary, just. There has to be something we have to catch her on. Yeah, and we'll find it. I'm just gonna press the heck out of it. Could be the camera. She probably stole the camera. Oops. I went a little too far. Well, so you're glad you got Edgy back. Also, no more whipping for someone again. I hope that the judge missed the whip. Hopefully he misses the whip. But Phoenix kind of missed it a little bit. I think he got used to it. Yeah, he was saying that he'd rather have the whip than dealing with her. So I think he's getting a little too used to the whip. Okay, so let's go ahead and save real quick. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh no, we gotta press. Okay, let's go ahead and press until we get to the point that we need to present proof. That's actually, yep. Present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? That's true. Then why do I know it, Mrs. Obed? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that. Witness? Oh, I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret information, isn't it? I guess. Maybe someday we'll get visit Judge's place, and then we'll get see whip like a trophy. Maybe he might have a whip as a trophy. The investigator reported Heart.
Oh yes, I remember the mischievous girl.
She reported that she lost a certain note that she had written to herself.
She reported as such a thing?
On a piece of paper she had written down somewhere on it. Impressions. About relations between the victim and Mrs. Andrew. Oh, what? Outrageous idea, you see. No, I said impressions. Then everything on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. Oh. Nah, no, you see, this is something completely different. This is my secret top list of my groceries to buy.
Then, where are the ones you took from Mrs. Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. The infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. He's working with that evil guard. She said so herself. And guard, I'm a psychic. That's why he's so happy smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Interesting. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? Yeah. I was only trying to help like an angel I am. I'm only a little piece of paper. I never taken any notes before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Vintage wine and cheese.
Well, it's only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just once.
She looked like she really sorry. Should I forgive her? Apply more pressure. If I let her up now, then she'll get away. I have to figure some way to inflict a defeating blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was a note. Is that correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I see this paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, dang it. I could prove it. Why are you putting my credibility under security again? Mrs. Oldbag, I don't believe that note is the only thing that you stole that night. Mrs. Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside a case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. Yep, saying something like, my sweet 1,600 camera disappeared on me.
Why, witness!
Oh, what is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then you only logical that you have the camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look at this, I'm still a person, you know. I eat meals like you, I fall in love, and I borrow things from people.
I think your defense of borrows a little off.
I saw the woman's business card, and that's what I noticed it said. Slime bag celebrity photographer extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that I had known that sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard, it's my business to know these things.
Bailiff, check the camera photos, hurry! We must examine them at once.
Ooh, yes, let's see what the pictures are on the camera.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There's one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Present it to the court.
Oh.
This is the Nickel Samurai?
See, I told you it was like the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
A lot of photo pictures taken in the hallway right after murder.
What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo itself does not prove that the person is the defendant, however.
In his own confession, Mr. Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that's the case, then Nickel Samurai is
the defendant. Ah, jeez.
How did it come to this? I think it brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. I don't think it's that decisive. Again, it could be anyone in that costume. Clearly, it could be anyone.
But if I raise an instant here and blow it, then it would put my life in jeopardy. Can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took. There is, there's something strange, alright? There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we all agree that there's nothing strange with this photo.
There's no way for the defendants to debunk this photo with the bunker buster. Debunk with the bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Miss Wright?
Anyway, please let me look at this photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's a lot of focus. Why can't she take good shots, especially when it counts?
Oh. Now then, let's hear your objection. What is strange about this photo?
What is strange? Oh, hey, Missy, welcome. Water and stretch, got it, thank you.
You need to stay hydrated.
But how you doing? Hope you're having a good day.
Hey Phenol Mizu 12 is reminding you to stretch. You need to stay limber.
I thank you for the water. Now for the stretch. Okay, stretch. Alright, stretch. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. The headband's still not working. What the heck? Why is the headband not working? That's weird. Should work. Don't know why it's not working. It's weird. I'm sorry about that. Well, let me, It's weird. I don't know why it doesn't want to work. Let me just see some things in the configuration real quick. It should work. I don't know why it wasn't. It's weird. Okay, there you go. I don't know why it didn't work, but I forced it. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why it didn't want to work. But here we go. Thank you for the headband. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for the water and stretch. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully you're having a good night. And hopefully your day was good too. So what is wrong with this photo? What is wrong with this photo? What is wrong with this photo? Okay, that's clearly the victim's room. Because of the teddy bears. Wait. Is that thing supposed to be there? I don't know. Is that supposed to be there? This person here, of course.
You mean the Nickel Samurai? And what is wrong with that?
The time of the murder, Unguide was his own room. Which means the Nickel Samurai was...
If you think that's all it takes, you should reconsider your choice of occupation.
Nah.
I think it's about time you retired.
Nah, I think so wasn't that.
Looks like there was no problem with the photo after all.
The problem was with the brain of the lawyer, Your Honor. Your day was good? Thank you,
Welcome,
no problem.
Mizu, to our enchanting stream. Your presence adds to the magic of our journey.
That's already good, yeah.
Let's make this adventure even more delightful together.
You're tired from hanging out with your friends, so you're just relaxing in bed with your DS. Ooh, DS? What you playing on the DS? Yes, Maple likes you. She greeted you twice. That's pretty rare. But that's nice. That's nice that you're hanging out with your friends today. So what you playing on the DS today? Hopefully something interesting. Energy is rude as usual, but at least there's no whipping. Glaring at someone, yes, at least there's no whipping.
You are the one who let your last chance fly away. Something.
Oh. I failed.
This court has no reason to further prolong the trial. There is no need for any more decision of this case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear that there's no room for misinterpretations of the fact. This court finds the defendant, Madam Guard, guilty.
Oh, dang it. I failed. I failed.
This execution will surrender the court to me, accused.
Oh, I failed.
To be held pending trial at the higher court within the month from today's trial.
Yeah, I got a bad ending.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh, dang it. I did my best, now Maya dies. Oh no, that means Maya dies. This is the bad timeline. He dies too. I luckily I did save, at the very least. You're playing Nights in the Nightmare. Nights in the Nightmare? I never heard of that. What is that? Is it fun? I think it's fun. Hopefully. You're playing it, so it should be fun. But yeah, I never heard of it. What type of game is it? Okay, so I have to figure out what's wrong with this photo. Let's see. What is wrong with this photo? Okay, well, the red thing, so yeah, I was wrong about that. The perspective, maybe? Unguard, Ghidorah. So technically, should be right where the unguard's room is. That's where she's kind of hiding. Let's see. You only know Prince of Nightmare. It's a novel from that guy from PS Fight Striker. Oh, oh, that one. Yeah. I don't know that one too well either. It's been a while since I played Persona Fight Striker, so I'm not really familiar. I can't remember what that is. Oh wait, no, no. I think I know. I remember. It's the guy's novel. Yeah. It's the second person that we fight. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, I remember now. It's been a while since I played Persona Fight Strikers. But yeah, that novel. Interesting case. Well, that was an interesting place that we had to go to. Yeah, but what is wrong with this photo? There has to be something wrong with this photo, no? Probably not. The answer is no then, right? Because I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. See what happens if we see nothing strange. There's nothing strange with this photo.
I have done nothing to alter this picture either, in case you're wondering, right? I see, and it seems the defense will rest on this matter. In that case, then there's no reason to further prolong this trial.
Is it really alright with you, Phoenix?
Well, there's nothing wrong with the photo that I can
Try again, take another look at it. And if you still don't see it again, do something, anything to prolong this trial. Yes, Chief.
Wait, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? I am about to enter my verdict. Please address me with your comments afterwards.
No, I'm sorry, but this can't wait.
Oh, let me guess. You're going to point out something particular with this photo. What? Why didn't you say so earlier?
There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo with a bunker buster. I already read this, so we just skip this. The bunker buster. Alright, let's see. Okay, we have to find something. But what is it? Alright, what's strange about this photo? Okay, what is so strange about this photo? What is so strange about this photo? I see teddy bears, flowers, the door, the other door, more flowers. Let's see, what is the white part in front of his left foot? what part? Is that just his costume, and the ones in the back are the flower pots? That's a mountain, that's part of his costume, that's part of his pants. Unless there's something else that I'm not seeing. I don't really see anything. Am I missing something on his foot? I don't really see anything. Just looks like it's out of place because it shouldn't be black on that part. I don't know. I wish I could look at the photo. I think I accidentally hit. I messed up. I hit the wrong button. Somewhere around here, I think. Am I seeing something that you're not? I hit the wrong button, so we failed this time again. Let's look. Okay, can I look at the? Okay, can you look at the photo? Alright, so let's see. In color-wise, it's just mountain in waves. So, I don't know. It's just black and white. Look at the black and white version. It's waves, a mountain. That's a little mountain. Or more waves. Mountain. Oh, there's something on top of his pants. Any other picture? I think that might be the only picture that we have of the samurai. The only other thing is it's the crime scene, which doesn't. It's not him. Yeah, I don't know. That was the only other picture that we have. Hey, you see something? Let's see here. The red thing. Let's see. No, that's the same thing. Look at the left feet where I said it was the weight part. The weight part. Well, I see the mountain and the waves. It's kind of the weight part. Am I missing something? That's the mountain, the waves. Below the waves, shouldn't there be no mountain? But wait, there's a little mountain there. I don't think that's a mountain. I think that's also waves. But let me see. Yeah, there's two waves. Yeah, there's the big wave and then there's the little wave. So it looks like a mountain, but it's actually a wave. But we'll try. So we're just gonna have to reset. Unless there's something interesting. Just finish this, see what happens. The problem is your brain is the lawyer, Your Honor. Okay, yeah, we still fail either way. So let's just go ahead and reload. Alright, let's try again. Something strange with it. Yep. Okay, let's try the little wave then. Okay, guys, comparing both pictures. Yeah, it's okay. We can just try. You say something about this little mountain thing. And try it. See what happens. Let's see, I'd like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankle? If you could see this person's ankle, that would be one thing. However, you can't. Oh, you can't see his feet. That's why. Oh, you're so close, Zach. It's because we can't see his feet. That's why. Because in the other picture, you could see his feet. And this person, you can't see its feet. So it's a short person. It's someone shorter. Oh, you're close. You're on the right track, though. And what does that mean? I mean close enough, yeah. Pretty close enough. The costume
The person in this photo could not have been Mr. Unguard. What is the meaning of this? I was wondering whether you care to elaborate with the actual facts, Stallion. Let's take a look at this Nickel Samurai's poster. Oh yeah, because you can see his feet on this poster. Pay particular attention to the area around his bottom of the hakama. Oh, that's what a hakama is. It's the pants. I see. His socks? You can see his socks. Yes, exactly. However, in this photo, you can't see his feet. The Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama just to be able to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside his costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I turned this thing around for myself this time. That's curious. Hmm? What is? Edgeworth is usually calm today. That is true. Just what is he letting the trial run itself, as if he's only here for the ride? Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. It's actually pretty good evidence since we can filter a lot of suspects. True. That is very good evidence. The suspects should be shorter than Unguard. But we just have to figure out who is shorter than Unguard. Doesn't feel like he's under attack, then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Mr. Unguard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured out it would come to this. What?
Right, I hope I have something I want to ask you. I think you've proven the person inside this costume is not Mr. Matt Unguard. In that case, who is this photo of?
Who is the person wearing the nickel costume, Samurai? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. Why don't you focus on Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is this person in the photograph?
The only other person I can think of would be Adrian.
Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that nickel samurai is other than this woman.
And why would you say that must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points it to her?
For starters, she's short. And she could really move in and out of Mr. Unguard's room. First, finding the dinner with Mr. Man Unguard that night.
And how does that all add up?
I feel like Edgy's helping us. Probably he is. I think he's helping, yeah. It means that it makes it very easy for her to get to a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Unguard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon. Why don't you just say that that's what you wanted, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn this around.
The defense moves to indict Miss Andrews in the case of murder of Juan Condora.
It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Ooh.
Order. It looks like this trial has been most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Mrs. Adrian Andrews. The verdict cannot pass without hearing her testimony.
Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. True, because he's probably going to want to suspend the trial and we have to do this in the first time. So we have to try to convince the judge to do this right now. Huh? What do you mean? If Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Ugh. If I don't get a verdict today, then my...
Now then, shall we set Andrews' testimony for tomorrow?
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to join the court. Raise an objection! Objection! Hold on. Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. We must pass the verdict today.
I cannot do that. We cannot hear Andrews' testimony if she's not... I heard wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
Edgy's helping us, yes he is.
But we cannot continue due to the unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimated me, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would save his way to subpoena Miss Andrews and his et al. Happened according to plan, even if Wright has a bit slow on the catch-on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is certainly waiting in the prosecution lobby. She's the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by this man? Somehow I knew there's no way Edgeworth would overlook Mrs. Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. So he knew from the beginning, probably. Exactly. Well, I guess he said exactly, so yeah.
Very well. We'll call the next witness. However, before we proceed, shall we take a 10-minute recess? Please prepare your witness in time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Oh, jeez. To be continued. Oh, jeez. Alright, so part 2 of the trial. Hopefully it's not gonna be too long. I think it should be okay if we continue. Hopefully. As long as it doesn't take too long. It's like, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how long. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool. And collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had an easy access to the knife that you used for dinner was her.
So after the ceremony during the break, I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
She could have also easily planted the blood-covered button on your hukama.
Because she was the one who came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying that it was really her?
Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered John Condora.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She had her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see it by the time the trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day.
Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lloyd, dude.
Miss Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide report? Right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Mrs. Impact first as her strength and reason to live. Yeah. She's just floating, don't worry. She's just floating. Nothing's happening. She's just, she's a witch, so she's floating, don't worry. But then, Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. No, she's just floating. She's just floating, yeah. Sounds like she's left a suicide note and the person headed in. Nope, she's just floating, don't worry. Is Juan Cordora the victim of this murder? And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Miss Cordora. All to get the suicide note back. Maybe. That sounds possible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who knows? Who was the one that first told us about their relationship? Better stated Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Enoch. It was Edgeworth. Looks like he's still on one command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Okay.
Court will now reconvene with the... Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by the court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime scene with Mr. Juan Codora's room. Oh, she still has that card again.
What is your occupation?
I'm the manager of the defendant of this case, Matt and Guard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was a topic of a weekly magazine recently. Ooh, it's an RPG game that combines real-time strategy with bullet. Oh, dang, that's crazy. That sounds very interesting. Now, the story is quite unique. It is divided into two parts, past and future. The story takes place in the castle of Elitram, where the series of tragedies occur. You play as a Will-o'-the-Wisp, accompanying a Valkyrie who is recruited fallen knights to fight monsters. There's over 200 characters to recruit. Each character is pretty cool. There's a lot of characters' deaths, though. Oh, a lot of character deaths. That's crazy. But interesting. Oh. Oh, okay, it doesn't error. That's okay. Now, that sounds really interesting. 200 characters, but a lot of them can die, huh? Oh, well, if you're pretty good at it, then you probably can't get anyone. You probably make it able to survive if you're good at it. But if you're not, then that could be very painful to lose a lot of people. Crazy. But that sounds very interesting.
Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully you have fun with that game, though. Sounds really nice. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Kadora. I was aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a play matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter, or was it bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one's accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
Oh. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
Alright. It was time for the show to start when I went to get Matt and Guard from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was still in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene in the crime photo. After I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of... Why would you pour a glass of juice? If you're gonna faint, I guess you need the tomato juice, I guess? I guess. Okay. But why would you pour a glass of juice when you see a murder victim? Why would that be your first instinct? Like, oh, a murder victim. Oh, look, juice. Let me get that first. Let me drink the juice first. But you didn't even drink it. You just left it there. Doesn't make sense. We'll see.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the crime scene. I did disturb the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And this is why the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Imagine seeing a corpse and your first instinct is grab it and... Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But that's what she did. I don't know why, but, you know... Unless she has a case of a low blood sugar. Then I guess that would make sense, so she's diabetic and she needs something to drink. But other than that, I don't see why we need to get something to drink. Oh, we'll probably figure it out. Phoenix, she's one cold collected customer. She has his brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch this person like her, you have to avoid the head-on confrontations. To disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who's easily thrown out by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant she lets up on your offense is the instant this trial is over, understand? Okay. Alright, so let's press on everything. What was Mr. On Guard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as a nickel samurai during the ceremony. Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say that I couldn't have not been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? What are you?
Mr. Wright, in years of school, would you have taught you to construct a sentence? If you can't make a simple sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Adrian Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Do you Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
And why did you do that? A friendly gesture. Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So, the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh?
Is there the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you could have a little bit more personal to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I don't have any such intentions in mind at the time.
You can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
You were in shock? What? I was not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculated person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings with Mr. Cadora.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't be serious to expect a young beautiful beauty like her wouldn't be in shocked.
Somehow, I don't think that beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
This photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, this is the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then, what did you do next, witness?
Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There was no lip marks left on the wine glass, it's just that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Cadora, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was complete blank?
I don't think it was for that I don't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What's one thing?
Never mind. No big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that you said something that you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked over the flower vase over.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one thing on the crime photo?
Now that's the question. Why isn't the case wet? Not accidents yet, true. Okay, so if the case was quote-unquote open when she got there, why isn't inside the case wet, but on the outside's wet? So she opened the case. So she knocked down the flower pot, which caused the water inside the flower pot to fall over, hit the case when it was closed, but then she opened the case, because that's the only possibility, that she opened the case, and that's why there's no water inside. So she opened the case, so that's probably her mistake. It was originally on top of the dresser. When I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Yep. So why was the case open then?
Why did you withhold such important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I just thought since the crime scene was already in disarray, the people would simply assume it was the vase just was part of the mess.
Looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this to the testimony. If you have anything else to reveal in your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You touched the guitar case. And there was the thing that fell in the guitar case, yes. But why was the guitar case so wet? You testified that you knocked down the flower case over. Is this correct? Yes.
Are you sure it fell into the guitar case?
Is there a problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case is wet with water. However, exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the flower vase fell on top of the guitar. However, if that's true, the guitar shouldn't have gone wet inside, not outside.
That is very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about the guitar case.
What is that?
Let's take another look from the crime scene photo. The remnants of the vase are scattered on top of the floor. What is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell down, the Glacia should be inside, not outside the case.
True.
Ah.
What is your point, Wright? That case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all?
No, think back what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than that vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yeah. Yes, that is right. She did practically say that she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found inside the studio. Has nothing to bearing with this case at all.
That very may be. However, the end of the guitar case doesn't have no relation to the case, doesn't it? No, it does.
Seems like there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yes. Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe is the critical piece of evidence to the puzzle.
Can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but that's you.
Can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about this guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I might open the guitar case after I knocked over the vase. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Or why you opened the case, I don't even know. Are you sure you don't know?
Well, looks like it really wasn't a very important point.
A wasteful such as very little feeling by now is almost over comforting. Anyway, I'll go ahead with the cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man.
Hey, come on now. Alright, let's go ahead and press everything. During your testimony now, do you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see... Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Mrs. Andrew?
Yes, it was me. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Miss Ghidorah's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I think you would think that would be the first thing that you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case.
The witness said that multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was there alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Well, we should care about the bright red guitar. But getting back on the topic. Was it really empty? Was it just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar would still be inside?
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. This trial would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry. But how will we know that before this case? As for why you opened the case, I don't even know. Right. So, that was because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it.
Hey, Wonderful viewers,
I'm
join our
not going to
Discord
go anywhere if I
server
continue
with the
pressing her like
password
this.
The Mooncast
The only way to
and
make
be
her talk
part of
is
our
with
magical
evidence. I
community.
guess I should give it a
Your
try.
presence
Come on,
brings
Phoenix.
joy
We can't
and
afford to let
positivity
her
to
out
our
now.
journey.
I wasn't planning on
Let's
letting her up,
create
but
unforgettable
she's
memories
her weakest
together
now,
in our
so this is
realm
our
of
chance.
magic.
Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with, I'm sure your weapon is hiding somewhere in the courtroom records, just waiting to be found. Probably. Guitar keys, knocked over and it built in. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, so now that's saved. Let's go ahead and... No, it wasn't this one. Your Honor, the statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see any contradictions. Oh, really? Objection denied, overruled. Nah, it wasn't that one. The case was empty after all. No, dang it. Okay, I failed 2 times already. Okay, so... What do I need? That point, sir... Nope. Bears Ghidorah's fingertips, but only on top. The juice, crime scene... Check. Victims gate water. Okay, this one's pretty hard. Not really sure what I need to press on, or present, I should say. Man, what do I need to present? As for when you open the case, I don't even know. It's not a big deal, right? The case was empty after all. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case and knocked over the vase. Don't remember because you're a bit dazed. I suppose I could have opened the guitar case after I knocked over the vase. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why you opened the case, I don't even know. What is it? I'm not really sure. Jeez, I'm not really sure, man. I really don't. I don't remember clearly because you were dazed. Suppose someone opened the guitar after I knocked over the vase. Do I need to present something here? Oh, okay. There's no way you're the one. Wait, there's no way you're the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? That's elementary, my dear. Because if the only fingerprints on this card case were the ones of the victim. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
What is it, Mr. Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I've left the prints on just because I haven't touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony. Of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Yeah, Mr. Wright, does the witness is wearing gloves at the scene of the crime?
That's strange because, the wine glass.
You're wearing gloves?
That's a little strange. Why is it strange? Do you have something to prove that I wasn't wearing gloves at the time? Yes, I do. The drink. I have proof right here. The wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints on it very clearly with the wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself of this glass of the juice. Wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? But you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Yeah. Oh no. Oh, okay. Our glasses almost broke.
Order.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case is a very important role in here. Well, just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the guitar.
The bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
I would admit this is unnatural for someone to do that. So, the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact that it's on the case?
Your Honor, isn't it obvious the defense usual misdirection tactic at work?
Steer the course towards an unrelated topic and lure us into its misguided.
No, Your Honor, please recall Miss Andrews had testified about the vase fell on top of the guitar case, which means that the case was closed at the time the crime took place. However, it's wide open in this photo of the crime photo. I'm sure the guitar case has been some relations to the murder.
You're so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow stagnate your outrageous claims, correct? Please enlighten us on why the guitar case had anything to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second there's a bright red guitar was not only the thing that could have been used in this case.
Bright red guitar being not only thing? You don't mean to suggest a bright black guitar?
Black red guitar. First, Phoenix said white, Jess is black. No, there's no guitars at all. You intend to push your theory on the case was not empty, isn't it right? I would say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate the head of yours, you haven't proved anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What is inside the case at the time of the murder? Suicide note?
And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Mr. Wright, why?
Well, I just thought it might be possible.
Why don't we put that into the void where your brain belongs?
Yeah, dang it. And yes, never bring it out again. Yeah, dang. Wait, so what was it then? Oh, yes, could have been foolish. Do you still think you could prove your theory? You prove that the guitar was not empty at the time of the murder? Yeah, you couldn't say something that I could prove. Gee. Jeez, I am at my last point. I don't know. What was inside the case? Only top, the hotel guide map, tabloid. I don't know. I really don't. And I didn't save. And then what was inside the case at the time of the murder? Well, I guess I can't say that he has a suicide note. Sweet. I don't know. I really don't know what. Yeah, this one is tough. It's very tough. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Okay, no. Okay. So I thought it would be the suicide note, but we can't say the suicide note. Okay, well, we failed again. No reason. Yep. Guilty verdict, yes. Dang it. Okay, so it wasn't that. Alright, let's go ahead and continue from here. Okay, so the case wasn't. What was it that I. Let's see, supposed to have the guitar after I knocked over the vase. What one was it? I think it was this place. Suppose I put the guitar after I knocked over the vase. Was it this one that I presented? Yeah, okay, so it was this place. Alright, so just skip this until we get to the next part. Yep. At least I got my points back at the very least now. In this room, yes. The wine. Yep. Objection. Yep. But what was inside the guitar case? That's the problem I need to figure out. Let me see that here so I don't have to do too much. Okay. What about the costume because she wore it? Oh, maybe you're right. Could be. Let's try it. This is a photograph. Yes, but what's important is what was inside the picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
Oh, I guess you're right. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... inside the guitar case with the nickel samurai, the hero's very own costume. Oh, I guess you're right. I guess it does make sense now, when I think about it. What?
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself.
Are you saying that the winners open the guitar case to take out a costume?
What insane point will there be in doing something like that?
That's insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. The Andrews put on to hide her identity so she can make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone else see you leave, could you, Mrs. Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory.
Do you have any support to such preposterous ideas? Just outside the door was an investigative reporter who was striving for a big scoop. And at the end, she managed to get the shot, correct?
You mean this photo?
Yes, that photo.
Order. Looks like we wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy, speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait a second, Your Honor.
The nickel samurai costume would have been in guards. Why would something of the defense be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a bit baffling. That's right, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the nickel samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case?
Let me see. Okay. It was stolen from a guard? It's probably a stolen spare costume. Technically both these could be the correct answer. Guess it was stolen. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Guard.
Stolen? Why would someone do such a thing?
Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have this costume, then Mr. Guard would be forced to go naked. Naked.
Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of the court.
Excuse me?
Mr. Guard did not take off his costume at the reward ceremony. He has even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. Is that not correct?
Yeah, he did say something. That's what I thought. Hey, come on, that's not fair. I'm just gonna load. That's a waste of point. Technically, it's a stolen spare costume, okay? Mr. Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one. What?
Then, are you saying that the night of the murder, there was 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
That's what I'm saying.
How did you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean the victim himself have brought the spare one to the ceremony by himself. Can't believe he's told us to go naked to run around. He did. Oh, maybe he just wants to see Phoenix naked. Oh, maybe he just wants to see Phoenix naked.
But why? The victim, Mr. Ghidorah, was a jamming ninja. Why would he secretly bring a nickel samurai spirit costume with him? What could be the reason behind this particular act?
There lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself now? Have you been rambling this whole time without any sense of inner monologue?
Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had nickel samurai spirit costume?
Phoenix, you're sure you could explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. Then answer with the guts though. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the nickel samurai spirit costume to the hotel was... the stage show. Post-stage show.
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the nickel samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, nickel samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about that as well. Once you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange, what was Mr. Guard himself? He had no idea what he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it is that can only mean one thing: the conference was set up. But none other than the victim, Juan Condora himself.
The victim?
Yes, the spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for the very conference. Miss Condora was going to hold this press conference as a nickel samurai.
He was going to dress up as a nickel samurai and hold a camp conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
There's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The nickel samurai was going to confess something. If I confess, I'll wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Condora, possessing of the nickel samurai, was going to speak about Matt and Guard.
I guess I could... guess that was what it would mean.
But if that was the case, now it's no confessions, it's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you're pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, as you can see, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
It was the one... I was the one who asked to help set it up. But the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on jamming Ninja this year, but he lost at Grand Prix. He was also going to make sure that Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him? Huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What? And do you know what the secret is of Mr. Unguard's, Mrs. Andrews?
That is something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
I probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. That's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Mr. Unguard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. And Miss Andrews, would you care to please tell us the truth about your behavior?
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. More testimony. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder, but that's further confirmed by evidence, of course, the bun and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am a logical type. We've finally seen her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
The defense can find no fault with the testimony. I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like everything has swung to the opponent's end of the scale again. This just means I have to put my weight onto this and turn her logic upside down. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and press. Why would you say that it was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasons with your own. Ugh. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the murder, and find decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should already know that, Phoenix. They don't teach us that in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? So, what are you saying this need came from the press conference? Yes, you know why Juan chose that event and hotel for conference? That's because he could cause the most damage to public believed in Matt and Guard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared that costume. But I'm sure Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about this press conference? Do I have any proof? Something in the post-ceremony. Found it to the victim. I don't think I have any proof. Yeah, I don't think I do. I don't think... Anyway, the important thing here is the information. It's not what it's on your testimony.
Yes, I agree, Mrs. Andrew. Please continue your testimony, please.
Grasping the straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? Had Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why would you ask? You were the one who helped Miss Gretori with his press conference. In the events that were supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out.
This person's on trial right now for...
Oh geez, that's a big yawn. Now, hopefully I can finish this trial soon.
The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plans, is none of our concern. In any case, it means that the defendant has a motive to kill.
Why do I keep these things to myself? I don't know. And he didn't have an alibi. Yep. Yeah, I know, I need to get some sleep soon. But hopefully we can finish this trial soon. Hopefully. But you didn't already testify earlier Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that too was a lie that you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he was honestly sleeping. However, it was as to whether he was sleeping the entire time I cannot say. I was too busy setting up with the stage at the time.
I think I keep trying, but I can't find no flaws with what Miss Andrews said. I can't say for the same people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at me. He's glaring at you, smart guy. You could hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well have been clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? Yes, it's clearly from the crime scene and the victim from his murder fight. And during the fight, the killer ripped one of the buttons from the jamming ninja's costume.
Are we talking about this button, correct?
The button was found on the pleats of Mask Hukama. Is that correct? I think you would make very decisive evidence.
Ugh. Looks like you were out fox-skinned, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia's can still look at me. What an icy stare, yes. With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to the testimony.
The button was torn off during this fight with Matt. Let me save. Okay, so let's press this one. And how do you know that? When the end of the threads of the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I hear. Heard that somewhere before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such fine detail? Don't look at me like that just because I'm prepared and you're not. Ugh, I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her about, it has to be here. But where and what? Oh, what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And what's worst possible time? Who says that you really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? The witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Guard at any time. Why then? Why would she wait until it was a large audience before to doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Ghidorah planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ungard as much damage as possibly she could. The witness bears ill will towards the defendant.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please stop slandering the witness.
As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seemed pretty solid. Really, to me, it sounded very wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you need strong, decisive evidence to make your talk. Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Okay, so that has to be the button, I guess. Okay, so, go ahead and save again. So the button was torn off, so maybe present the button? No, Your Honor, this evidence contradicts... Obscene contradiction, Okay, so it wasn't that. The button was turned off during the fight. What would it be if it's not the button itself? The photo? The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Sorry, but nothing. Dang it. Must be on the right track, though. That was for the crime photo? Nope, okay, it wasn't the crime photo. Oh, let's see, just the button was torn off the horn during the fight. This is the newest statement. But what would it be? Let me see, let me press it again. After you know that, when the end of the Thorian's costume match up, they're found to fit perfectly, so I've heard. The button was torn off at the fight. Okay, not this photo. There has to be something to do with this statement. But what would it be? Okay, not the knife either. Man, I have no idea. Press this one again. But do you testify there was a guard taking a nap in his room? Lying in his swords. He went there to show him honestly. Sleeping cannot sleep. No flaws. Can't say if the yep. Okay, that doesn't help. But what are you doing to stab the guy in the back? Did you? Were it even possible? He was saying that if he stabs the guy in the back, you put it, the witness could have close any time, blah blah blah. Pretty solid, really, because it sounded wishy-washy. Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know by now, but you need strong, decisive evidence to make your talk. But what decisive evidence do we need? That's the problem, because I don't know what decisive evidence I mean. What about your present report from Juan? The report from Juan. The apostrophe report? Oh, you're right. This is the victim's autopsy report. Lucy said that the cause of death was strangulation by scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let me examine the evidence. This button had the victim's blood on it, which means that there was ripped off of the costume when... after the knife stabbed into the victim? Exactly, which means... it's impossible for this button to be torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was already strangled to death in that fight. Oh, I see. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. That's right, Mrs. Andrews. There is no way the button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
Order. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why does the button torn off? What purpose does that serve?
What purpose?
We all know that the button was torn off during the fight. Not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took this time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That means the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Miss Wright, does that mean... does this mean that you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button?
Memento, pin the crime. He had a tingly feeling when that thing was passing a couple times. Like she didn't get strangled, did it? Oh yeah, true. He didn't get stabbed, he got strangled. I almost forgot about that, but thank you for letting me know. There's only one logical reason for doing something like this. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ungard. There is no way if anyone would put a bloody button on their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ungard was set up. But the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is? Well, Miss Wright, who is the real murderer then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all this way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down just yet. Not to the very end. Okay, fine, I'll say too. Just in case. The real killer, the purpose who planned this thing, Mr. Ungard, is... Adrian herself. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! Miss Andrews, I choose you! Haha. Oh wait, wrong series. Probably Mike. No, Mike could never do it. He's too nice to do it. Mike could never. You, Miss Cadora's the killer. What? Oh, her glasses broke. I know she's gonna summon her persona.
Order, Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have evidence that supports your change?
Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Nope, she got her glasses back. No, how preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, and can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he's already been strangled to death. It was used to throw the suspicion onto Mr. Ungard naturally. A knife covered in defendant's fingerprints can only be taken from his room. And the only person who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Oh, her glasses broke again. Oh, she got another pair. Then, wait, what about the button that's found at Hukama? That button was removed from the victim's body after he has already been dead. The only person who could have done that was the person who found his body or the killer. However, Mr. Ungard was the real killer. There was no way he would have put such incriminating evidence on his own Hukama. Oh no, her glasses broke again. Geez, how many glasses does she have? She has like probably like infinite replaceable glasses. Dang. This person, the only person who could have put this button onto Mr. Ungard's Hukama is the person who would wake from his nap, which is you, yet again, Mrs. Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That was also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. The costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have just known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the one person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Mrs. Adrian Andrews. No,
But Mr. Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it is you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right.
That's because she did not intend to leave any prints. If anyone had found out she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So, to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show, yes, indeed, that she was clearly Classic Day's discoverer of the dead body. Well, there she goes, your glasses again. On top of that, there was this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Angard. He would be so much short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of a short statue, are you not? Classic glasses person always has spares no matter what. True. Please, stop. Well, how about it, Mrs. Andrews? I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse. I refuse to testify. What is that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it incriminates me.
Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness not to testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
But pleading the fifth is not something most people would think of to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Angard's room... Oh, what happened yesterday? Adrian Andrews.
Oh.
Yes. Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright.
Oh.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. They must have already told Miss Andrews not to testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Brian?
If you finished already, running out of evidence.
What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial.
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to prove a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did, in fact, harbor wishes to murder Mr. Cordora. Miss Andrews, you did want to kill Mr. Cordora.
I believe this may lead me to incriminate myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty due to my silence. No, he's taking the defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed at the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews is refused to testify, and the defense theory that she is actual murder has not been fully sustained.
KirkKladen and your 6 viewers.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you.
And welcome to our magical
thank you for the raid. Thank you.
Together, we'll explore adventures, mysteries,
and
cheese
raid. You see, cheese
your
raid.
Your presence enriches our journey, and we're grateful for your support.
What were you doing?
We
were just chatting. Oh, what were you chatting about?
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you for the raid, Kirk. Thank you.
For the raid. Your support and presence are truly
Hello.
appreciated.
Thank you for
Together,
that. My
we
name is
can
Moonmist,
make
and
the
can
stream
Princess
a
of the Moon.
magical
Turn
and
magical
fun
girl. I
experience.
stream usually every
Let's
day
continue to
around
spread
11:30
joy and
p.m.
positivity in our
PST,
community.
except for Thursdays. I stream RPG games and
PIREK3178
visual
just
novel
rated
games.
Eternal Moonmist.
Yeah, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day.
Thank you,
So what were you doing?
Tyrek3178, for rating Eternal Moonmist channel. Welcome to all the
Wait,
new
welcome
viewers
everyone. We're playing
joining our
Phoenix, right?
magical journey. Let's
We're
make
trying
this
to
stream an
get this
enchanting
person.
experience filled with joy,
What we're
laughter,
doing?
and
Yeah, trying to
positivity
prove this
together.
person guilty.
Your
Not the
presence
judge, a
brightens our
different
realm
person.
of magic.
But welcome. Thank you for the raid,
Everyone,
Tarek. Thank you.
let's show some love to
And see who's here.
Tyrek3178.
Borderline James.
They're an awesome
James? Oh,
streamer
thank you for
and
coming,
a
James.
wonderful supporter.
Thank you.
Check out their stream for some great
Let's see,
content
let's came
and
from the
spread the
raid.
love. Together,
Is it-
we can create
See,
a
we were talking
positive
about.
and
Oh,
supportive
you're talking about
community.
whatever. Ooh, what you talking about? Want to share? Oh, I'm interested to see what we were talking about. Anything interesting? Plans for the future, stuff like that, maybe? Ooh. But if you need a raid and run, that's okay. If you need to take some water, sleep, whatever you need to do, that's okay. But I appreciate you raiding. Thank you again. Jeez, raid. Nice. Let's see, where are we?
It's not been fully sustained with solid definitive proof.
Ooh, posture check, okay. Thank you, Mizu. Thank you, thank you.
Mizu12 is reminding you to
Posture.
make sure your posture is
Okay, posture's
good.
good.
You can't have a bad posture now.
Yes. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, talk about Plants from Plants vs. Zombie 2. Ooh, 2 music bands. Oh, nice. That sounds pretty interesting. I haven't played Plants vs. Zombie 2, so I'm not really sure what plants and zombies are there.
Hey, Tyrek3178 is
hiccups.
reminding you to
Water,
drink
thank
some
you.
water. You need to stay
Oh,
hydrated.
thank you for the water. Thank you. Thank you for the water. I played the original one, but I never played the second one. I like the first one. It's nice. It's a nice game. Yeah, I think that's the main reason we never played it, because this was more of a pay-to-win type of game. I think I kind of tried it, but I never actually finished it, I think. But what kind of plants would you... What's your favorite plant in Plants vs. Zombie 2? And you heard of TV Plants vs. Zombies 3 got shot down real early? Oh, really? You did? I did not know that. I know they made, like, Plants vs. Zombie Battle Royale type of thing. I can't remember what it's like. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, what's your favorite plant? But that's not true. In
this situation, there's only one thing this court can do.
I like the pea shooter. That's pretty nice. But it's been forever since I played Plants vs. Zombie. Oh, the chili pepper is pretty nice. You know, blast the whole row.
And that's to declare this a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and defense look further into this matter. And tomorrow's...
No, we still need to do it for today. Tomorrow? Oh no. We don't have it tomorrow. If we don't get him out guilty for today, then... Hold it. It's the Battle Warfare. I think it's a third-person shooter of 2 teams. Oh yes, that's the one game, yeah. I never played that one either. I've only played the original first game. Please wait, Your Honor. It's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. That's not about that. Edgeworth, I knew you know who the real killer is. Please, let this trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, the court is...
Does he know?
It's not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true, Miss Andrews holds a right to against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversations were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but actually, there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews? Then, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
But my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want you to state that you've already a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify on that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testifies again to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should be in no way implicating the witness.
Well, if you say so. I don't know what this is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, would you please? If you please.
Hi. It's a glass of juice, and I don't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room when I saw him in a messy state. And Juan, he was just sitting slumped over and looking tired in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought he was just dead, and thought he was dead. It didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had fainted or something, so I poured him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked over the flower vase over.
So you poured the glass of juice for the victim? Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh. I mean, gotta figure out what we're doing here. Alright, hold it. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? But of course not. Then, who did you pour it for? Miss Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can't you just wait a little longer for it to be revealed but to you?
In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen.
Precisely. I could have said better myself. Ugh. It's okay, Phoenix. So, it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Cordora?
I understand your frustrations are not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence.
Then, what did you see next, witness? Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted up forward, eyes closed. He looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did she just sound a little odd? Maybe. And what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed up everything in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. Then he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyway, that's where I thought.
I see, so you didn't think he was dead after all, at all.
You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gone into a fight with someone.
And that's why you went to pour a glass of juice?
Yes, he had always had a hard time waking up, so Han always had a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. Wait, wouldn't you see the knife? When you were shaking, you did not see the knife sticking out of his body? Come on now. I was shocked and sagged backwards.
I knocked the flower case over, so that's what happened.
Yes. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end of both sides. And Adrian letting her guard down. Phoenix, now's our best chance yet to kill the prosecutor's case. Imagine a knife sticking out of him and you just check his pulse. I know, like, oh no, he's not waking up. Don't mind the knife inside his chest. Let's see if he has a pulse. It's a knife, but that's okay. It's fine. Weird. I don't know why she's completely oblivious to that fact. Alright, see, Glacia, just looking tired. Thought you didn't cross in my mind, to be honest, fainted or something. Okay, so the question is, where do we press for the knife? No, that's the question. Where should we press for the knife? Okay, so we realized I was dead. I knocked over a fire base. Thought I fainted or something, so I went to corner. It was seeming like the thought she was dead didn't cross my mind. I slumped over looking tired in the corner. Which would be a good spot to press for the knife? Maybe at the end, maybe. Okay, so let's try it over here first. Okay, so it wasn't this one. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does? I doesn't see any
Come on! She was shaking him when there's clearly a knife. If there was a knife sticking out of him at that point. Unless he still stuck the knife out of him after shaking him.
Really? Objection denied.
Okay. It wasn't that one. Okay, to be honest, fainted or something. The knife on this one? No, not really.
I'm sorry, but you cannot see any...
Really? Am I the only one that sees this? Why was she shaking him if there was clearly a knife? She's doing like that. Okay. Knife. No, not on this one either. Really? So I guess not the knife? Okay. I know. The glass didn't pour myself for herself, so I was surprised when we walked in the room, saw the mess. When I said I just slumped over looking tired in the corner. When I saw him saying like that, didn't think cross my mind. So maybe... the photo, maybe? Crime photo? I guess the crime photo. Okay, so, let's present the crime photo. Okay, it was a crime photo, not the knife. Yeah, the photo of him dead, yeah. That was it. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this was what you saw when you discovered the body? Knife literally sticking out inside his chest?
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Fedora's chest. Anyone who saw the scene would have immediately thought he was dead man. Well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who's fainted. Then so nonchalantly pour something like a drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No. Ugh. I don't like it when they say very long words. One big long word all for over long.
It looks like the defense has someone brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Matt Gengard, is not guilty after all.
But it's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear. He was the one who killed Juan.
But you're the one who refused to testify.
And your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Then, there's no reason for this court to continue any further. Miss Montagard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? That's wrong, Phoenix. Usually the real killer confesses his guilt or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Matt and Guard.
Objection! Called it.
Your Honor, the prosecution feels like it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. Absolute real truth? What are you, witness? Do you understand yet? Do not understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Mr. Madagard will go free, and in his place, you will become guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
It's Franziska von Karma. Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by grasping tightly into the words of others, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Madame Garda will be acquitted. Miss Andrews is underlying beliefs in those words right now, and is clinging onto them. Then, what should we do? This is the first time I've ever crossed anything like this. But Andrews has to be the killer, right? We all have to do is get her not guilty. That's my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. No, please, someone help me.
Miss Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court cannot continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right? I suggest you think very carefully about this.
He's playing the victim card? Maybe. Probably. I do feel bad for her. Then again, if she did kill him, if she didn't kill him, oh, I guess we have to become her lawyer next.
Think about what the witness did and what she did not do. And think who is the real mastermind behind the crime.
Who is the real mastermind? Isn't it obvious? There's no one else that could have done it except for this woman crying over there, right?
Come on now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Force Andrews to testify. After winning a complete acquittal today, there's no way around that. But can I bring myself to do it like this, not when she's making a face like that? Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you were really hiding.
Miss Wright, are you sure what you are know what you're doing?
Sure, Miss Vanguard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this really how you want this trial to end? But be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. Probably Maya. Stop saying it was Maya. Maya is innocent.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, this is clear that the defense theory is the truth.
You're wrong. Uh-oh.
What a shame. I had high hopes things wouldn't come to this. However, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulder to disclose this to the court. Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth!
This witness, how would I put this? She has an illness. What?
It's all because of this illness that she has tried to commit suicide at the past.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What would you do now, witness? Do you know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
The secret of her dependent nature?
Having other people know about it scares her more than anything in the world.
Hey,
Please stop. I
wonderful
beg you.
viewers,
If
join
people
our
find
Discord
out.
server with the password
Yes, Maple, I'll go to bed soon,
and be
don't worry.
part of our magical community.
I know.
Your presence brings
If people
joy
find out,
and
I'll-
positivity to our journey. Let's
Yes, Maple,
create
yes, yes.
unforgettable memories together in our realm of
If
magic.
you're going to say that you would choose death, this is no concern to me.
Moonmist, it's time for bed.
Yes, I know.
Rest is essential to
It
recharge
is very
your
essential.
magical energy.
But the scheme, it's not
I'll
over yet.
post a calming moon emote on our channel.
Yes,
to
cute emote.
remind
Very
you to
cute
have
emote.
sweet
And also, Zach
dreams.
has a cute emote
Take
too.
care,
Yes,
Linda.
thank you. I know. Edgeworth, can you be so cold?
However, before you die, I put the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do.
Yeah.
So, will you tell the court yourself or should I? Either is fine with me.
I'll talk, but please help me. Oh. Nothing matters anymore. My crying. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honestly. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure that no one else in the hall, I dashed back to Matt's room, and then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. That's when I finished and was returned to Matt's room. I had a bit of inconvenience. That's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Stabbing the body with a knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person, a certain cowardly man?
What do you mean by all this?
It might take the court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. It's the real killer is Matt, the scumbag of man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time?
So, Mrs. Andrews stabbed the victim, John Cordora, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt and Guard for the murder. And this is their crime.
Oh, jeez. What? How is that possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Miss Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Man, how long is this? It's taking forever. Already in 3 hours. I'm supposed to be going about an hour ago. My crime. Hopefully, it's only 30 more minutes. When I first saw him, he fainted. Yep, honest. Hold it. Oh. But you decided to tell... But could you tell from the state of the room that was in... There must have been a fight? Are you telling me the truth when you're saying that you do not know he was dead? He had a scarf around his neck. But that scarf is part of the Jamming Ninja's costume, so... I didn't think of anything about it that was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up. And went to pour him juice. What is the plan that you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest point to the world. Matt did this to stop Juan, to silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
You forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was plant the knife. That's why you could get the knife cracked. The knife Matt used at dinner and his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eye towards them. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed, So you're the one who stabbed the victim with the knife? It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used his buns somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspicious.
So you thought to rip one of the buns off and then plant in Mr. Guard's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But the thing never got through that smoothly, do they? And this inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallways. I'm willing to bet my spikes that was Lada. There's also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. I had been caught and made into a big scoop for the certain weekly tabloid once, so I can very well go looking like myself and get caught again. You're the one who prepared the costume, were you not? Weren't you? Yes, it took it from Global Studios. I also put it in Kwan's guitar case on the day before the award ceremony.
You did the preparations for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. I was going to disclose the man's big secret there.
And what was the secret?
I don't know. Anyway, I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, the people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was real careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we heard enough. So after this, you want to go back to Unguard's room and plant the button?
Into Matt's room? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag that I snuck out of the hotel to get rid of it.
My word, what does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it the real criminal, Matt and Guard? Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Ranzika, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess what I've done. That if I keep quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What is the witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain that she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right? Isn't it it's pointless. At this point in time, it's not possible to enact Miss Andrews of anything.
Yes,
exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. You can establish the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
Nah. But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. And the prosecutor will arrange her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
No objection. No. We failed. Court is done. We failed. We died. Maya's dead. She's doomed. Oh, dang it. No. We failed Maya. No. Today's trial's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I ask you something?
Huh? What's going on? Edgeworth. What is it?
Before you leave the court today, I was wondering if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It had my interest for quite some time now.
What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I don't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now, just found in the room on that day.
The room?
That day? Yes. I found the card was discovered in Juan's body.
Oh.
It was lying right next to him. You found that card? Next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? No, it has everything. I know it's not the game over yet. Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Hold it.
Witness that card. Give it to me.
Ooh, Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet unnervingly have done? I can't believe you had hidden this from me all this time.
I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. What is it? that card. What in the world is it, and what does it mean? Oh, to be continued again? It's not over? Oh, jeez. Man. It's not over yet. Oh. Some sort of Yakuza maybe. But we have to end here, unfortunately, because it's already pretty late for me. It's okay, Pearls. We'll save Maya next Friday. Oop, I don't want to hurt my savings. I did save, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we did save. It could be Yakuza icon, maybe. But we'll save Maya next week, hopefully. Yeah, next Friday, yeah. Ugh, man, that was a very long trial. Very long. Ugh, man, that's a 2-part trial. Oh, that always get me. But hopefully Maya's okay. To be honest, they didn't give us a cliffhanger on what happened to Maya this time. Interesting. Because last Friday they gave us a cliffhanger. But this time they didn't give us any cliffhangers. But hopefully Maya's okay. Hopefully. You did great. Well, I guess no cliffhanger. It kind of was a cliffhanger, kind of, yeah, you're right. But not as much as last week's. We saw Maya escape. Or trying to escape. But it was sort of a cliffhanger. But yeah, it was really interesting. Ooh, but crazy. Right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and go to the... Let me check the chat real quick. I know I forgot to talk to the one things that Maple does now. Right, so the first one, I'm just gonna do a quick review on what she was summarizing every time. Since I didn't really read those yet. So let's see, so the first one, in the shadows alley of the Chat City, whispers of elusive creatures stir in the night. A wild luck dashes through, but slips away into the darkness, rigged the crowd's cries. Moments later, Morpho flickers like a ghost lantern, only to vanish quickly as it appeared. Ooh. The residents left empty-handed, murmuring about fate's cruel hand. Why will Lurk turn? Stay tuned. Hashtag Mooncat. Hey, that's a password. Interesting. It's interesting that those things are pretty interesting. Let's see what. Okay, let's see. Where's the other one? Up here's the second one. Now, verse from the collective tale in the court of chat. Cleffa did flee. No master could catch and claim victory. A tale of whisper, Valkyrie bold. An Aventrum castle tragedy told. Zach Scott quibbed on corpses and drinks, while Maple bought clinks where the moon winks. Bravery took to the skies, eluding grasp with a swift goodbye. Interesting. And let's see, there should be one more, because I think we only had 3 ad breaks today. And this was the last one that Maple put up posting. Let's see, in the land of the chat, Zach Scott lamented the pay-to-win woes of PvZ, the early demise of its sequel. Oh. Meanwhile, a wild Fritzy and an Iron Doris evaded capture, sparking cries of rigged. Eternal Moonmist saga continued with dark humor and theories about Maya playing the victim. Hey, Maya's not playing the victim. You got that wrong. Maya's not playing the victim, she is the victim. She's been kidnapped, okay? Join the Discord for secrets under the moonlight. Hashtag magical summary. Well, it was kind of a summary, even though Maya's not the victim. But yeah, that was interesting. So those are the little things that she was talking about, which is summarizing the chat, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the thank yous. So thank you, Zach, for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Measly, for showing up as well. Thank you. Let's see. And for Tarek, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate you raiding me. I'm not sure if you're still there or not, but thank you anyway. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you. Let's see. Who else was here from the raid? Let's see. I know there was one other person that came from the raid. Oh yeah, Borderline James. Hey, thank you for chatting. Oh, thank you for the headpad. Thank you. Hey, it worked this time. Nice, it worked. Thank you for the headpad. Thank you. I think that was everyone that showed up today. Yep, so that should be everyone. Alright. Alright, me too. Thank you for the headpad. I do appreciate the headpad. Thank you. Alright, so that should be it. If anyone has any suggestions for raids, if not, I'll try to see if I can find someone. But yeah, no problem, Lizzie. I do appreciate you showing up too. I'm not sure when you're going to be streaming next, but I can't wait to see one of your streams soon too. Oh yeah, no problem, Zach. No problem. Thank you for being here as well. All right, let's see who's here today. Ba, 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 ba. Who to raid? We haven't raided as a Catboy for a while, so I guess we can raid as a Catboy. Yeah, let's raid as a Catboy. Haven't raided them in a while. Ooh, they have a new PNG or new VTuber model. Nice. It looks nice. Oop. I think I accidentally muted myself for a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna raid as a Catboy. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the raid. Alright, so thank you again for everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and do the raid message. Alright, so the raid message, if you want, you go ahead and copy and paste it if you want. Did it go through? Yeah, okay, yeah, it did go through. For some reason it didn't go through on my end, which is weird. Okay, so yeah, just copy and paste that. Wait, where's the... Oh, wait, copy one of those, and then we could be good to go. And where is copy? Okay, there you go. So if you want to copy it, you can. If not, that's okay. So have a good night, everyone, and hope to see you all again for tomorrow night for more Mario and Luigi. So have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching our magical journey. We appreciate your presence. Join us again next time around 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for more enchantment, laughter, and fun. Your support means the world to us.